morning. I've been on my diet for a week. Well, tomorrow will be a week. Tomorrow I do my weigh-in. I haven't weighed at all now. Last Friday I weighed last Thursday I weighed 287 pounds. I feel like I'm lighter. I don't feel as bloated, but I've been running on about a 14 to 1500 calorie a day diet, and so far it's not been bad. You know, I get some minor cheating a time or two. You know, I passed some chocolates that was laying on my daughter's bed, and little Dove chocolates, and I did snack one of them the other day, and she had some fried pork skin. I snagged 2 or 3 of them one day, but for the most part, and this morning now, for some reason, I don't have, my appetite's not that strong, really. You know, I mean, at first I wanted to eat all the time, but now, like this morning, I thought, well, I'm going to have a cup of coffee. I'm going to have a bagel, egg, and cheese and salami sandwich, and a small raisin cinnamon swirl bagel dipped in my coffee. And I had to force that whole sandwich. I was about to lay it aside. No, I don't do that. I'll go ahead and eat it. So I ate the sandwich, but I didn't eat the bagel. I'm still on my coffee. So I'm not really starving. I think I feel better. But you know, it's, well, we'll just see. I don't know what to expect. But I fully intend, I want to get to, I would love to get 200 pounds, but if I can get 210, I'll be a happy camper. My wife would be so proud of me. Bless her heart. Anyway, my scrapping, I'm only going to scrap on the bicycle. Well, I'm planning 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Fridays. That's trash day here in the neighborhood, and I'm setting me up a route, and I'm letting neighbors know that I want any kind of scrap they have, cans, aluminum cans, broken electrical appliances, small TVs, anything like that. Anything I can get a little micro scrap out of. And my goal is not to, I'm not going to try to run to the scrap yard every few days, because that gets expensive. And what I plan to do is maybe once every couple of months, I will go rent a U-Haul pickup and haul a load and make it count. But anyway, that's the plan. That's the plan. I brought a couple items home yesterday that my daughter don't know about yet, but she ain't gonna know about them unless I elect to tell her, because she can't see them. And what it was 2 end tables, very nice end tables, and they had glass tops that kind of fit in an inlaid deal there. But the glass on them, I never seen tops, glass tops with cut designs in them before like these was. So I didn't get the tables, I got the glass. I don't know why, but I just found them interesting and I liked them. But I may decide to go back and get the tables, but I'll have to take my tools with me and get the legs and everything loose where I can fit them in the car. But, whew, I'm sleepy. It's only, it's 10 minutes to 6 a.m. And I have to say, a lot of these new people I've been meeting, I say meet, I've never met them face to face, but I feel like I've met them. These are not run-of-the-mill. I always saw the scrappers as kind of on the lower side a little bit, because that's what you saw. You saw somebody pushing a cart with a bunch of stuff on it, stuff like that. And I never seen people I don't want to call them normal because most of them I think are exceptional people. I just got this one new subscriber yesterday. I subscribed to their channel, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Scrap and Pallet Man told me to check them out, and I did, and I liked them. It's a husband and wife and a little baby, and they don't, how do I put this without offending somebody? They're great people. They're they just good family, and they got these dreams, and the lady is very enthusiastic. She's almost to the point of being so enthusiastic about it. I'm like, is this real, or is she just acting for the camera? But I think it's real. She's genuine. And I was kind of reading into this. I've been watching their channel, and I kind of reading into it. She seemed to be the leader of the effort, or whatever you want to call it. That's the way it just come across. And then as I got more into some of their earlier videos, I seen that he wasn't into it like she was. She was the one who got into it. She eventually got him into it, and now he's wholeheartedly into it. And I've never been that fortunate to have anybody to scrap with me or have any interest in it other than to be ashamed to let people know that I'm out picking through trash and stuff. My wife could have never, her health wouldn't let her done it anyway, and my daughter is, no way. She'd be happy. I never drug up another piece of trash. Most times when I drag something up, I have to sneak it in. But I was getting a big mess out back, and I had to straighten that up, and I pretty much got it straight now. I've just about got it all done. I got rid of all my woodworking tools. I don't do any woodworking anymore because with my health's not really bad. I'm diabetic, and I have a balance problem, and working around them tools and saws and stuff was just taking a risk that I don't need to take. So now, the only scrapping I'm doing now is when I'm going somewhere and I see something, if I'm there and I can get it, I get it. I don't make a trip especially to go get something or go look for scrap. Like I might be going to the doctor, or I might be going to the grocery store, and I see a piece of scrap. I'm getting it. If I'm sitting on the bench down at Publix drinking a cup of that free coffee, and there's an aluminum can laying there on the sidewalk, and I can reach it, I'm going to get it. Matter of fact, I'll even walk a couple of steps to get it. It's one can, but it takes one can to make, you keep adding to it. Pretty soon you got 100. So I just look at it that way. If you're there, you get it. And don't leave it just because it's one. All right, it's not worth fooling with. That's baloney. But anyway, this is just going to be a quickie video. But I got thinking about when I was 14 in 1954. There was a neighbor. At that particular time, I was living with my mother and my stepfather. And there was a neighbor's house that I passed every day walking to school. We walked about 5 blocks to school. And they had this bright Irish green 1927 Model T Ford. Sitting there. The top was all ragged. It was convertible. And I don't know how long it'd been sitting there. And the wheels, the wood, and them wheels have wooden spokes in them. And those was all painted red. So it was a sight. And I seen the man out there one day, and I was telling him how neat that car looked. Boy, I said, that's really neat. I really liked it. Nice. Could I get in? Yeah. And he said, do you want it? I said, well, I don't have no money. He said, well, I'll sell it to you for $20. And you don't have to give me nothing down, and just pay me $1 a week. And at that time, that was very feasible because I was making $20 a week pedaling a bicycle, delivering prescriptions for a drugstore. So I said, but I don't know how to drive. He said, well, push it. So I got 2 or 3 of my friends together, and one of my little brothers, and I mean, he was little. And without checking with my mother or my stepdad or anything, we pushed that sucker home. Because you couldn't crank it. I don't expect it to run. You had to crank it. You had to crank it over like that and set the magnetos on it and all that stuff. And we pushed that green monstrosity home. And pretty soon, we was pushing it back. Because my mama and my stepdad, no way that thing's sitting out here. I don't care if it's free. So about the 3rd day in, I had to push that thing back. If I had that now. I don't guess there was much desire for them things in 54. Of course, it wasn't all that old, it wasn't like, let's see, 27, 37, 40, 25 years old. But I'm going to put a picture of it, not of that car, but one like it. But that's what it was, 0 down, $1 a week. I was proud of that sucker. I had a girlfriend, her name was Diane, and she'd come over, and we'd get up in that back seat of that sucker like we was going somewhere. We'd sit up there, and every once in a while, I could steal me a little kiss, course, now that I think about it, she was doing the stealing. And she was more forward than I was at first. Anyway, we thought we was something. But she was a good girl. I liked her a lot. But apparently I didn't like her enough because I had gotten 2 tickets to the schoolboy patrol dance they have every year at the armory. One for me and one for my girlfriend. Well, Diane was my girlfriend. And she wouldn't go because she didn't have no formal dress or anything, or formal gown. And so I'm thinking, man, I got these 2 tickets. I ain't letting them go to waste. I'm going to dance, and I'll find me a girl that's got a dress that she can wear. So I found this other girl I was friends with, but she wasn't my girlfriend. I didn't particularly like her. Name was Sandra Skelton. She had a formal evening gown, you know. And so I took her to the dance. And what I should have done was went over to Diane and sit with her that evening. The heck with the tickets. They didn't cost me nothing anyway. Somebody gave them me because they couldn't go. It was like $1 a piece or something. But I went to that dance with her. And plus, I think we started to do one dance, and then we got off of something else, and I never even seen her no more that night till it was time to go home. And there we went. It was about 10 blocks to the armory to where we lived, and there we went, walking, all dressed up, and I can't remember what the hell I was wearing, but I don't think I had anything formal. But I didn't care, I was going. And there she was in that nice evening gown, and us walking them 10 blocks home. Because my parents wouldn't come get us to bring us home. And it's just like night, you know. I'd never let no kid of mine out like that. But it is what it is. I was very fickle. I was very flirtatious, I don't know, but I wasn't the best boyfriend to have. But anyway, I'm going to put a picture of that car in this thing. I just want to do a little quickie because I've been wanting to do one a day, but till I get everything straight, you know, with my bicycle and some other stuff. I got some projects I'm working on that I'm going to be videoing that I'll be doing the next week. Yeah, next week I'll be working on those. So, but I appreciate everybody that's been subscribing. I hope I'm kind of holding your interest or something. And by the way, name of that channel that I was telling you about, it's Free is Better 86. I guess I'm giving them a shout out, not that it'll help them a whole lot, because I ain't got but 55 subscribers. But I really like them. I really like them. And I got this other couple that I really like, Chris and Holly Show. They kind of have the same situation. Got a little boy, you know, just turned 1. But you know, I've got several people. I've met some incredible people on this YouTube thing. I'm really impressed with what the caliber of people that I'm meeting. I'm like, these people are scrappers. So, you know, so I don't feel nowhere near as ashamed or inhibited about scrapping as I did, because I thought it was kind of on the low side, you know. But it ain't low side. And I predict one day scrapping is just going to be the norm. You know, if you're out, you don't have to go scrapping just to find scrap. But as you go along, if you see something, damn can laying there, you get it. And throw it in the pile and come back a year and you got a big pile. Just like saving your change. Anyway, that is all, folks. Have a good day, and I've got a busy day coming up. See if my remote works. And if it does, I'll disappear. If I don't disappear, it don't work. It worked.